From fighting fires to facing the deadly deep, we've seen what it takes to risk everything for a paycheck. But now, we take danger to the middle of the ocean, to an isolated metal beast where explosions, falls, and crushing machinery lurk around every corner. This is life as an oil rig worker. Imagine living miles away from land, working 12 to 16-hour shifts, surrounded by fire, toxic gas, and deafening machinery. Welcome to the brutal world of oil rig workers, men and women who extract the crude oil that keeps the world running. If you've got the strength, the endurance, and the ability to stay calm under extreme pressure, you can make $80,000 to $150,000 a year doing one of the most dangerous jobs on the planet. So, how do these workers even get to the rig? Most arrive by helicopter or supply boat, landing on the floating city where they'll be stuck for weeks or even months. Once they step onto that platform, the real work begins. Oil rig workers operate heavy machinery, drill deep into the seabed, and maintain the towering derricks that pull oil from the earth. Every day, they're surrounded by a deadly mix of high-pressure gas, chemicals, and extreme heat. If one thing goes wrong, it's not just your job at risk, it's your life. Oil rigs are floating pressure cookers, and if you're not careful, you could be the next casualty. Imagine working hundreds of feet in the air, with nothing but steel grating between you and the waves below. One mistake, and you're falling. Then there's hydrogen sulfide gas, colorless, odorless, and deadly. If you inhale too much, your body shuts down instantly. No warning, no second chances. The worst oil rig disaster in history? The Deepwater Horizon explosion. In 2010, a high-pressure gas surge caused a catastrophic blowout, killing 11 workers and releasing millions of barrels of oil into the ocean. For 87 days, the world watched as the ocean turned black with oil, and the bodies of missing workers were never recovered. And yet, despite the risks, thousands of workers return to the rigs every year, for the paycheck, for the adventure, and for the challenge. Out here, on the edge of the world, brave men and women risk their lives every day to extract one of the most valuable resources on Earth, crude oil. But why? What makes this dangerous work so essential to our modern lives? Let's dive into some of the reasons why crude oil products are worth the risk, and why these offshore heroes are the unsung champions of our everyday lives. Fuel for transportation. Crude oil is the lifeblood of how we move. From the gas in your car to the jet fuel powering airplanes, it keeps the world connected. Without it, our global economy would grind to a halt. Every drop of oil these workers extract helps keep you on the move. Energy for everyday life. Oil isn't just about fuel, it's also a key source of energy. It powers generators, heats homes, and keeps the lights on. For billions of people, crude oil products make modern living possible. That's why the work on these rigs matters. It powers your world. The building blocks of modern products. Did you know that crude oil is used to make thousands of everyday items? From the plastic in your phone to the synthetic fibers in your clothes, oil is everywhere. Even life-saving medical equipment relies on petroleum-based materials. Offshore workers are literally fueling innovation. Agriculture and food production. Oil isn't just about energy, it's about survival. Fertilizers, pesticides, and the fuel for farm machinery all come from crude oil. Without it, feeding the world's growing population would be nearly impossible. Offshore rigs help put food on your table. The backbone of global trade. The world runs on trade, and trade runs on oil. Ships, trucks, and planes transporting goods across the globe depend on petroleum products. Without offshore oil production, the global supply chain would collapse, and the products we rely on would disappear from shelves. Working on an offshore oil rig is a life of long hours in brutal conditions and constant danger. But for some, the thrill of the challenge, the rush of beating the odds, is what keeps them going. The ocean is their home, the drill is their lifeline, and the risk? It's just part of the job. So, the next time you fill up your car, flip on a light switch, or even check your phone, remember the brave men and women working tirelessly on offshore oil rigs. They're not just extracting oil, they're powering our lives, our dreams, and our future. Let's give them the recognition they deserve. But oil rigs aren't the only deadly workplaces out there. Ring the notification bell to be notified when the next episodes will be released, and you can check out the previous episodes in case you missed them.